Fanatics Fest, boy. Alright, y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's the Collection MB. I'm Moneybound M, Mari, whatever you want to call me, man. Just don't say nothing disrespectful when you say whatever you're gonna say. Man, Fanatics Fest. Let's talk about it. It was the first Fanatics Fest that they had. It was in New York City this past weekend. What's the date? I don't even remember the date. It's been such a long weekend and I can't even remember the date at this point. I wanted to come home and get in my bed. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into a little bit about that. I do ask that y'all hit the like and subscribe button. You can hit the dislike if you want to do that. And then leave a comment. Let me know why you dislike the video. But if you say something crazy, I just might be on your heels. First of all, I want to thank Mojo Sports and my homie JD. That's how I got the invite to go ahead and head out there to Fanatics Fest. So I do want to appreciate my guys for that. Shout out to Q Train, man, holding it down. Shout out to Breezy, you know, he was there as well. And then shout out to AG. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have had the meal that we had on Saturday. That was a great suggestion and pivot that we took. So, man, y'all will see a little bit more about that. Definitely about to cut this out because my nose is itching. Whew. Let me just talk about Fanatics Fest. My first impression, when I walked in, I was excited. I thought I was gonna get an overwhelmed type of feeling, but I didn't. It was just more so excitement. I enjoyed the fact that it was a lot going on. When I first walked in, since I had the general admission, we waited until 10, so I was in line for about an hour. That wasn't so bad because, you know, I was just talking and mingling with people, so it was a good time. Everybody was pretty cool. Once we got in, I walked in right at where the events area was. So they had a NFL experience where you could run a 40-yard dash. They had basketball going on. I think it was a couple places where you could hoop. You know, shoot a couple shots. I didn't really get to do much of the events. More so as a business trip is how it ended up turning up for me. That's neither here nor there. I walked in on that part where the experiences were. They had hockey going on as well. You could take some swings and see if you were pretty good with your targeting. Do some target practice, I guess. They had a football experience where you could throw the footballs and stuff like that outside of the 40-yard dash. I'm trying to think. They also had the WWE. Is it WWE or is it WWF? WCW? I don't know. I'm a little bit older, so I remember when it was all the other things. They had it where you can kind of walk out with the different music, so that was exciting. I wanted to do that. This is what I was gonna do. I was gonna come out the tunnel. Don't know what music I was gonna play, but I was gonna come out the tunnel. I was gonna do like a little dive roll, and then I was gonna run down a little bit and jump up and click my heels, and that's all I had for y'all. If I was gonna come out as a wrestler, that was gonna be my go-to. I actually didn't get a chance to do that. It's saying down to 3 minutes. I don't believe it though. But that was one of the experiences they had. Jay-Z and his team, they put together the 40/40 club inside of the Fanatics Fest. So that was a whole nother thing in itself, man. Y'all will see a little bit of that. If you stay tuned to the channel, you'll see some of that in the content coming up. So they had all of those things going on. They also had different panels down in the theater. The only one that I really sat down and caught was the pause. The only one that I sat down and watched was the Kevin Durant and Anthony Edwards when they sat down and talked together. That was a pretty good back and forth. Jalen Rose was the moderator. Might have some footage of that somewhere coming out. So just like I said, you got to stay tuned because I mean, I got so much footage from this event that it's crazy. And there was so many things that I missed. I mean, you had celebrities walking through the crowd. Lil Baby walked through there at one point. Travis Scott was out there with Rey Mysterio. And I mean, you had all kind of Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and Mike Tyson was up there. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, it was, man, look. It was so crazy, the amount of people that were there. And there was even people that you didn't see because they were just in the 40/40 section. Like Wale was there. I didn't even know that. Kevin Hart was even up there at some point. Beyonce, they said, was there. So, you know, I mean, it was really just all kind of things going on. I do want to shout out to the whole Fanatics team. Michael Rubin. Shout out to my homie EJ, man. I did get to holler at EJ. I know he is on the team that helped put that together. So shout out to EJ, man. You know, I've seen EJ come a long way with a lot of stuff that he's been working on. So to see him be a part of this team, and that was pretty cool. I mean, overall, it was a great event. I mean, they had the the breaks going on in the mains and like the main area on a stage. They had the Blaz brothers were breaking. They broke with Quavo came on stage, Peyton Manning, Allen Iverson. Man, it was a place to be. For the first Fanatics Fest, I would have rated a 10 out of 10. I don't know if the rest of them are gonna be like that, but this one right here was definitely a 10 out of 10. I had a great time being there. I mean, I haven't even told you about the vendor area. You know, it was a whole car show area within this you call it, I would say more of an expo. It was an expo type of thing because it was so much going on. So they had vendors there set up as a car show pretty much. I would say over 300 tables. I mean, it was out of control. The number of things that you saw there, from Jordan autos to Kobe autos to just all kind of high-end stuff, Wimbies. I mean, you think about it, it was probably there. It was an experience to have because you can't really just call it, I wouldn't just call it a card show. I wouldn't just call it like I said, I would call it an expo or call it Fanatics Fest. That's what it was. So it was a good time to be there. Kind of lost for words at this point. It was great. It was a great time. I look forward to the next one. I think the next one may be in Orlando, if I'm not mistaken. All right. The camera had cut off on me because the SD card was tripping. It said that I had 8 minutes, so it cut off. But I'm back now. But this what happened. So the trip home was really the part that was out of control. Outside, like I said, Fanatics Fest was amazing. Amazing. I don't know how they gonna top that in Florida. If Florida's the next one, I don't know what they're going to do to be able to top the first one. That's why I feel very fortunate that I was able to make it to the first one, because, you know, the first of anything is just going to be probably the best. 1 second. The trip home. Me and JD, our flight was at 10:50 p.m. on Sunday to head back to Dallas. We get to the airport well ahead of schedule. Probably like 8 p.m. Our flight ended up getting canceled. By the time we found out that the flight is canceled, all the flights are booked up to come to Dallas all the way till Wednesday, which means I have to stay in New York for 3 days. It's not feasible. Not because I don't want to spend the money. Well, partially because I don't want to spend the money, but at the same time, I need to get back home to my family. We ended up having to reroute. The way that we ended up going, we had to go to Boston. It was an all-day thing. I mean, it was really like a 12-hour travel type thing. We get to the airport at 8 p.m. at LaGuardia. We find out our flight is canceled around 10:30-ish p.m. Realize we can't get another flight on the same airline till Wednesday out of LaGuardia. We leave LaGuardia. Weird saying that at the same so many times. We leave that airport. It's about 2:30 a.m. Have to catch local transportation, the MTA. I mean, shout out to New York for being a great place. I mean, we didn't have any problems in New York at all. So I will say it was something that I was concerned about, was traveling with my Zion case. It was a concern of mine just because, you know, you had thousands of dollars worth of cards in your case. It's just something you get concerned about, you know. What if somebody want to snatch your case or anything like that, you know? But overall, it was all right, except for the fact that it was heavy actually carrying the case, and I should have took the rolling Pelican case that I have. Stupid on my part. We leave LaGuardia about 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. in order to head to Penn Station. That way we can catch the Amtrak all the way to Boston. That was about a 4-hour ride. Didn't appreciate that, but at least I got some sleep at that point. Got to Boston, and then we were able to get on a plane back to Dallas and make it by midday on Monday, which was cool because making it home on a Wednesday, if I would have took the 10:50 flight, it would have been Thursday. I would have made it home. So that just wasn't gonna work with me. Frontier wasn't really trying to give out any type of hotel vouchers or anything like that. They said due to weather, it wasn't, you know, anything they can do. Do I feel some kind of way about that? Yes, I do. And I will say the lady that I went to the counter with, she was not very helpful at all. Overall, great trip, great experience. Look forward to the next Fanatics Fest. I will say I feel like they have stepped up the, I don't know if you, I mean, stepped up the sports experience. If you're a sports enthusiast, whether that's memorabilia, experiences, being able to interact with players, things like that, whatever it is, Fanatics has really stepped up the bar with that. Look forward to the next one. Hopefully I'll be in attendance. Next show that's coming up is a Dallas Card show, so I'll be there set up. I'm always set up in the Starlight Room, so come see me if you ever make it to the Dallas Card show. After that, it's gonna be the Culture Collision show. So shout out to Culture Collision. Shout out to Raphael for that particular show. Definitely gonna try to make my way to Atlanta for that. If we do, you'll see some content for that. Hopefully you enjoyed my recap. Wasn't trying to go too long. Pause. Wasn't trying to make the video overextended about the recap. You're gonna see some content that comes out about it, so hopefully you enjoy that part. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you can know when I actually do drop those videos. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you attended Fanatics Fest, what did you think about it? If you didn't attend Fanatics Fest, what did you think about it? Based off of the things you may have seen on Instagram, on people's YouTube, things like that. Do you feel like you would attend the next Fanatics Fest? Let me know. Feel free to leave a comment. Just make sure you don't say nothing crazy down there. This is The Collection MB. Go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram, The Collection_MB, just like this particular channel. I'll catch y'all on the next video. Y'all be safe out there. Keep on collecting cars, doing whatever you do, flipping cars. Just have a good time doing it. I'll get with y'all later. Peace out. I thought I was about to start real quick, but I might actually take another sip of my drink. Woo.